Previously on New Crits on the Block.
Know that I am prepared to offer you 4 coin for the destruction of the soul vessel and the elimination of Bazos' spirit housed within. However, a full 6 coin if you manage to bring back the soul vessel. The vessel is being transported by the Fog Hounds. They are smugglers who operate out of the docks. Their ship, called the Foghound, will be transporting the vessel.
No, you don't understand. This is a misunderstanding. I was sent here as a special treat for all of you gentlemen. If you'd like to just accompany me to the kitchen, maybe we could grab a little snack and talk for a while. What do you think?
Gonna get the special treatment as one of them begins undoing his like belt that has his weapons on it and stuff. Some time has passed. In fact, you guys actually look out a porthole window. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
That's what I'm calling it. And you notice that you are progressing through Duskfall. You are well acquainted with the city, as you can literally go nowhere else without being eaten by ghosts. So upon looking outside, you kind of recognize the landscape pretty quickly, and you realize you're about halfway to your destination, but you're doing good because you did find out that the spirit vessels are housed downstairs in the boiler room as they have to be kept warm, which is also a problem because that's not where you are. The other problem is that in order to get the guards out of the cargo room while you searched it, Lila, Christie's character, had to entice them with her feminine wiles and have led them into the kitchen, all 3 of them alone with her. I will also mention that you guys found some drugs that are worth selling for money, as well as a small box with black engraved writing all over it of unknown origin, which you just pocketed and said, I'll deal with that later, which is probably a smart move. Mostly because I had no idea what I was going to do if you tried to open it. I guess I'd figure it out. That's how half of this is. Speaking of yes and roleplay, Christy, Lila finds herself in the kitchen now with these 3 men. One of them began undoing his weapons belt and setting it down on the table as he kind of looks towards you and says, so how does this work? Like, I'm not really like into the whole, like listen, Gerald. And both men look at him. No, you, Gerald. And he points to one of them.
Oh, boy.
And the guy goes, he goes, it's not that you're not attractive. I'm just not really into the whole like 4-way thing. And one of the other Geralds looks back and goes, oh yeah, right. Me either. That would be super weird if we all, did it at the same time. Right. That would be weird. Right. I mean, unless it wasn't, that would be okay. Unless it was okay. I might be okay with that. Only if you were okay with it. I mean, like, I could close my eyes or something. And the other one, who's also named Gerald, looks at the 2 of them and goes, I'm fine with it. Look at her. You think I'll be paying attention to you? And the other guy, who clearly was interested in it, goes, yeah, right. I wouldn't be paying attention to you at all. I'd totally be paying attention to her. I like her boobs.
Okay.
As he stares longingly at the other Gerald. Right. So, I guess we just take turns, right? And he looks down at the ground, feeling very disappointed that he cannot be having a 4-way with these other men, as the other 2 men are looking pretty interested. One of them is like, whatever. Clearly one of them's straight, one of them's bi, one of them's gay. And this is a weird thing to get started with anyway. Lila, what do you do?
Yes, of course we are not going to all do it at the same time, as you said.
Yeah, right. She doesn't even have like the, yeah.
You haven't, unfortunately, you haven't the funds for that kind of service today, but that's okay. We have plenty to work with here. So what we'll do to make sure everybody is has some privacy is each of you will put on a blindfold and sit down over there in the corner, and one by one, I will take my time with each of you, and then we will finish. Does that sound okay? Blink, blink, blink.
A little worried how quickly you came up with an acceptable way of handling that, Christy.
Whatever do you mean?
But they all proceed to go, yeah, that sounds fine. That way it's like cool for all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy who clearly wanted to have the 4-way with the other 2 men goes, yeah, I can totally just like pretend it's with. I mean, I can totally, yeah. That way I don't have to pretend. That way I don't have to not think about you guys. Right. Sure. And they all go and sit down. And then one of them goes, do you think we should put on blindfolds? Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. I mean,
come on now, be a team player.
What action do you use to convince them all to blind themselves when they're on the job?
It's definitely going to be sway again.
Okay.
And
oh God, I am so sorry. I should have been telling you to remember to roll, to mark your actions with desperate XP. Anytime you took a desperate action, you were supposed to mark it.
Oh, I did 1 in resolve then.
Okay, so you go ahead and click that on
That's the XP
Lila's
stuff I was
page.
talking.
So where it says resolve, yep, perfect.
Yep,
and
got
then
it.
I think you all took a desperate action, didn't you?
Risky. We've only
We've only
taken
No,
taken-
I
I've only
led
taken-
someone.
Yeah, but
That
I think that
wasn't
was still
desperate.
risky.
She only did the desperate.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the only one that's
Okay,
done that
perfect.
so far.
That was the only desperate situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was desperate.
I
Okay.
remembered it. So
Okay, very good. All right. So yeah, now just so you know, when you take desperate actions, you can mark more points in that. And once you get enough points in something, you can add another point to your skill set. So it's good to take desperate actions, except for the fact that when they go bad, they go real bad.
Right.
So just something to think about. Okay, you're going to go ahead and make a sway roll. Given
Okay.
that you succeeded so well last time, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is standard.
Sorry, what's the position for this one then?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it's controlled for standard effect. But if you wanted to, you could trade position for effect. You could make this risky for great effect, or you can just keep it the way it is.
I don't really know what the difference between.
Well, if you take standard effect, then I'll say that they, agree to what your terms are. And if you take great effect, something additionally beneficial will happen.
Right, but what's the position that I'm losing if I take risky?
You would go from
versus-
controlled to risky. In other
But
words,
what does that do?
It means
well,
if
controlled,
you fail,
if you fail it, it's
yeah.
not that bad. Risky, if you fail it, it's bad. Desperate, if you fail it, it's real bad.
Right. So controlled is like the safe.
Controlled is totally safe.
I guess I don't know, guys. I'm still learning this.
Well,
Yeah, that's okay.
it's gambling. It's risk reward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you are at controlled standard, which is not bad.
Yeah, it means if you fail, nothing really bad happens. But if you pass, like the least amount of good stuff happens. Like you kind of get your way, but they don't just like literally go, okay, and then just sit there blindfolded. They'll do something else. But if you want to up the ante, if you succeed, then yeah, they might just all blindfold themselves, tie their hands behind their back and sit there.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
But if you
so-
fail, then
Yeah.
they might be like, hold on a minute. What's actually going on here?
Yeah, and don't forget, when you fail things and things happen, it also creates narratively satisfying storytelling when then you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
now this weird thing is happening. So,
Yeah,
up to you.
I think she's going to go for it. So I'm going to go risky.
Oh, yeah.
Risky for
And
great effect.
great
okay.
effect,
Make a
yeah, 'cause I
sway,
wanna get these
risky for
boys-
great effect.
Hog tied up. Okay. And no bonus dice, I assume, right?
Unless you want to take a desperate, unless you want to push yourself or something, but
Can I
you
do
already
that
have-
as many times as I want?
You can do that until you run out of stress. But don't forget, when you completely run out of stress, you are out of the score. Like you have stressed yourself out to the point where you are no longer able to participate in that score.
Okay.
You also take a trauma when after 4 traumas, your character is out of the game permanently. So you don't really want to trauma out if you can avoid it.
Or stress out, yeah.
I've
Yeah.
only got 2 stress so far. I mean, and we get stressed down by indulging in our vices. So basically
yeah.
like an arrest of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is random when you roll it. So,
I don't know,
it's
guys.
there to use. It's up to you.
I think I'm going to take some
Your
stress.
last time you pushed yourself, it saved your ass.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of wanting it now. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to take another 2 stress.
Take 2 stress, and then go ahead and
My
roll
bonus dice.
a risky great effect sway with a bonus dice.
Okay. Here goes. Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, that bonus dice didn't help you. It actually was a 1, but you still rolled a 5.
Yeah.
So in the end, you have a great effect, which means with a consequence. So that means that like the 2 guys who were into it, they blindfold themselves and then put their hands behind their back, and the other guy ties them up, which he seems
Okay.
to really enjoy doing that. The guy who seemed to not want to so much be with you, but be with them. He seems to be enjoying this a lot. And he then sits down and kind of says to you, like, I think I should stay watch. I should stand watch to make sure that, somebody has to be on guard, right? I should watch them. I should watch this happen for safety.
of course. Gerald, was it?
Yeah, with a silent G. So it's Railed.
Railed. Errol.
Yes.
Come over here with me for a moment. And I'm going to kind of pull him aside so we can't be overheard by those 2.
Okay. His attention is on the men who are currently tied up with blindfolds on as he bites his lip. Yeah. What's up? I want my friends to get their sexy
Hush,
time.
hush, 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 hush. I put my finger on his lips. Hush, 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 my child. Okay.
Right. I mean, hot.
Child.
Listen. Errol, I can see it all over your face. You must be so lonely. I can fix that. Would you like me to fix that for you?
He kind of leans in quietly and goes, I don't think you can fix that.
No, Errol, I cannot fix it, but I know some ones who can. So while these gentlemen are blindfolded, I'd like you to go over there and do whatever you'd like to them. But you're going to have to be very, very quiet. Can you do that, Errol? Can you be very quiet for me?
He has a sudden look of panic and intrigue on his face. And he says, yeah, I can do that.
Great. I am going to give you a few things, and I'm going to take off my gloves and hand them to him. You'll need these.
They fit perfectly.
And you'll need this, and I'm going to pull out a feather and hand that to him. You'll need this. And if things get a little tense, you might need a sprinkle or 2 of this. And I'm going to give him a little tiny vial I have of trance powder.
Okay. Okay, great. Your trance powder is italicized, so it doesn't cost you anything to give it away. Also, your feather, whatever. You just have a feather. I'm not going to make you use the load for that. Awesome. Okay.
So I'm going to excuse myself for just a little while you aren't lonely anymore. And then I'll come back. How does that sound? Just a little secret between you and I. The captain won't have to know. Wink.
He leans into you and just goes, you're like my best friend. Thank you
I
so
know.
much.
I know, dear. You can thank me later, please. I'll just excuse myself. Please take your time, but do be quiet. Shush, shush, shush. And I start backing out the door.
Yep. And as that happens, he walks over and he goes to the chair and he goes, so you want me to just sit down here and put the blindfold on and then you'll tie me up? Pretty
There
lady
you
who
go.
I'm super attracted to?
That's
And-
right.
Okay.
As I'm closing the door.
I'll do that
Good
right
job.
now as he looks at you and like winks. And then the door closes. So that all worked beautifully. God, that was good. And also really bad. I'm going to go ahead
Are
and
you
say though,
sure there's not inspiration? Are you sure?
no, because here's the thing.
Damn it.
You had great effect, which means all 3 of them
I'm
are
just kidding.
totally,
That's
something tells
fine.
me that all 3 of them are going to be out of this score for the rest of it. And probably post-coital afterwards. You
Ew.
did, however, it did take a
Ew.
while. It did take a while to
Okay. That's
to
fine.
get all that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and click another tick on arrive at destination. but you managed to. You now know you got 3 guards busy, and you've looted the cargo hold, and you now know where the spirit vessels are, and you're about halfway to your destination, and nobody is the wiser yet, which is pretty amazing.
So do
I
we
gotta
all
say.
meet back in like the stairwell where like it
Yeah, I
has
would
all
say
the
that. I mean,
signs?
Lila, what do you
Yeah.
do? I assume you just go back to
I'm
the
going to
cargo
go
hold.
find them. Yes.
Yeah, you walk into the cargo hold and they're there. And
All right. Well, do you have it?
What happened?
Don't worry about it. It's taken care of. Do we have it?
No, we don't.
Yes,
We're
we
still
do.
looking. No,
Well,
we
don't have it. We know where it is though.
Yes, we don't have
Right,
it. We know this is why I work as a lone wolf, but we know exactly where it is. And I'm going to show her the map. See? So we just
Something
got
tells
to
me
go.
that Zinc the Stink wouldn't have been able to handle that quite as well as Lila did, but okay.
You might be surprised.
maybe with that third guy.
You might be surprised.
Yeah. If he gets squirrely, I know where to send him.
Okay, so we gotta go down to the boiler room. That's where they're holding all our marks. So let's go.
All right. Let's go.
So let's see. I have find ship, get onto ship, find where spirit vessel is being housed. Next is navigate there. So
Yes.
you are on the 2nd floor and you need to get down to the boiler room. And you remember there was a guard down there. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, you look down there. He's still there.
Is he
I'm not gonna make you
looking
roll.
up the stairs? Like, is there no way to get?
He seems like he is at pretty good attention. This guy seems like has an important job to protect the engine house and boiler room and all the important shit down there. He seems like he's focused. He's not looking directly at you because you don't know you're there, but he is at attention.
Okay, and it's just the stairwell straight down to that door where he's standing.
Yeah, there's just a stairwell and it goes down to the door. As soon as you descended that stairwell, he would probably see you. He also has a weapon already, like he has his hand on his dagger's hilt. So this guy, he's wearing combat boots and he has his, you can tell he has like armor underneath his thing. Like this is the security guard who takes his job too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this case, that's a problem for you.
Arlo turns to Lila. Lila, would you mind drawing his attention up here?
Oh dear, I've done quite enough of that for today. I think it's your turn.
You want to
To
draw
knock him
attention
out.
up here?
Well,
No,
to
we're
have
not
him
drawing
come-
any attention.
How else are we going to get him out of the doorwell?
You're
Well, I'm
going to
just-
get him out of
Yeah,
the
you could
doorway.
do it, but we don't want him. We don't want his attention.
Yes, but
Sneak up
I
there
can't-
and
I
knock him out.
the stairwell goes straight down. He's looking up the stairwell. If I go,
Yeah, you don't really see how you get down there without sneaking up on him. You got to somehow get his attention off of the stairs.
That's fine. Watch this. And I'm going to, from my little pouch, I'm going to pull a tiny little firecracker. They're
Okay.
basically like, it's like a medieval version of a little noise machine.
Let me just look here. Fine climbing blade pistol. You have something called an arcane implement.
Yeah, I don't know
That
what I
seems-
do and don't have, Ben. You said I could do whatever I want, and I'm telling you what I want to do.
Right. So what we do is we try to
He's trying
just
to find the equivalent.
I'm just telling you what I want to do, and I'm trying to make it in the realm of like something that this character would have.
yeah.
That he would
Right,
have
I
this
think-
item specifically for this reason to make a guy go, huh, in another direction.
Are you talking about like the little
Oh.
snap powder balls almost?
Yeah, think about it's a fire. It'd be a firecracker like literally an inch long that just makes a little pop noise, like not an explosion, but a little pop.
Yeah, not like the
Yeah,
Chinese
I'm gonna go ahead and
firecrackers
call
that, like,
this,
spin around or anything.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call this arcane implements. This is some weird technological device that makes noise.
Perfect.
A vial of electroplasm, whatever. So you have to mark that as an item you're using.
Okay.
How many items did you say that you?
I
went
took
in?
5, so I've used.
You took 5,
I've
okay.
used one, unless you count the climbing as a one that I've used. But you said I didn't have to.
Well, I think Arlo took that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've
I've
only
only used
used-
the climbing gear.
I've only used one item.
Great. That's the item you're using just now.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Great. What action do you use to grab this guy's attention?
I'd almost say prowl again. No.
I would like, because again, it's a sneaky move.
Yeah, because you
to
don't want
try to
you don't
like,
wanna
because
throw it.
I want to
kind of-
I want to get down the stairs enough because you said I can get down a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of like toss it. There's a way you can get it so that he looks away from the stairs and pays attention to it.
Yeah, so I want to get as close as I can without being seen so that it's an easier toss away.
Yeah, I'm going to say prowl would give you limited effect because prowl is really just like moving. This is like you're
okay.
tossing.
What else you got?
How about finesse then?
Finesse is totally doable.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I'll give
either
you
one of those.
risky with standard effect.
Risky, standard effect. Okay, that's what I'm
I
going to
think
do.
that's completely fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rolling
and that's
out.
what happens when it's like,
Nice.
oh, all right,
Ooh.
5 and a 4.
I'm
So
rolling
success
really
with a
well.
consequence. So you throw this implement down there, and it's way louder than you thought it should have been. It echoes throughout the halls because this is a metal ship, and the sound bounces like hell. That is your consequence. The success is he looks right at it, like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and I'm gonna pat Arlo on the shoulder. All right, you're up, big man.
Okay. It's looking down. I'm gonna like quickly descend the stairs and try to like choke out this guard as quickly as possible because I know that it made a lot more sound than he should have wanted. I'm gonna push myself too.
Okay.
With this.
Now you have an ability called not to be trifled with.
Yes.
So you can push yourself to do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, or engage a gang in equal footing or close combat. So your goal is to get down there, choke them out, and put them down, right?
Like as quickly as possible.
So what I'm going to go ahead and say is that this is take 2 stress for pushing yourself.
Yeah.
So do that. Thank you. And get an extra die because you do push yourself.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you have great effect.
Okay, so is it risky?
So you're winding up in this is desperate because this guy is, you are attacking a man with a weapon.
Great effect. Okay, so desperate, great.
And
then
you're doing this barehanded and he has a weapon out.
You said 1 extra die?
Yeah, you get 1 extra die and that's at great effect. Desperate, great effect, extra die. And you can use skirmish.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Your extra die saved your butt.
Oh,
2, 3, 2, 4.
2, 3, 2.
So that is
4.
success with a consequence.
And don't
So
forget
the
to take your experience.
Oh yeah, that's desperate. So please click one of those little ticks and prowess. Great job.
Okay.
Thank you, Christy, for reminding me. I got a lot on my
That's
plate
okay.
here.
I know the rules now.
Yeah, they're not that hard, but it's a lot going on. Thank you. Here is the success. The success is that you use superhuman strength to put this man in a headlock. The consequence is you fucking break his neck.
Oh no, Arlo.
You put this guy in a headlock and you squeeze so goddamn tight and his head literally pops up an inch as you're doing it. Like it's separated from the rest of his body.
Now are we talking like dead?
He is dead.
Okay.
That man is dead. He reaches for his blade and goes to start pulling it out as this is happening. He tries to scream for help, but he can't because you have crushed his windpipe. And then his neck makes a sickening snapping noise as his arm goes limp and his sword falls back into the sheath. And his head moves a good inch up in direction. And he seizes for about 3 seconds and then goes totally limp and starts foaming at the mouth.
I'm going to look down. Quickly just be like, shit, and reach down,
guys, I did it again.
And I pick him, I grab him like the top of his torso, or under his neck, and like kind of straddle him a little bit, lift him up, and take him upstairs and like put his body behind some crates.
Yeah, I mean that storage room is completely empty. There's crates in there that you had found that were empty while you were searching it, so you know exactly where to put them. So you go up there and you stealth his body away quietly. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Yeah, I come back. I'm just sorry.
From as you walk by the kitchen, you hear more of the giggling. He 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 ha ha. Hey, what?
Okay, so the way's open.
Yeah, it is. He's real dead. He didn't really have anything on him. He had a blade, but I assume you guys have blades on you. You have all these little things. So I'm not going to say you have to take it or anything. If you were out of equipment, I might say like, hey, you want that blade, but you got plenty of equipment on you.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything to say about that?
I think as Zinc like goes past and go down, he just goes, "Jeez," just runs past him.
Maybe I should have distracted him instead. I didn't think he was going to do that.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, and I would try to locate the boiler room if this is it, or if I need to get to it somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot is that these guys are supposed to be tier 1 and you're all technically tier 0. Everything you're doing should be at reduced effect, but it's the first score ever. So you know what? They're tier 0 too.
Yeah.
Well, there is no tier 0 cruise inside the options they give me, which is weird. I guess I go to make my own, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, they're all tier 0 too. Clearly you just popped his head off like a grape.
Yeah. My bad, dude.
Okay. The door is there. I'm going to say it was locked, but the guy had keys. So you took those off of him while you were there. So you could just open that door if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If you had made him like walk away, then you'd have to contend with that door being locked. But
sure. Well, he's never walking again, so we don't have to worry about that.
No, he's not.
He's never doing anything again.
Yeah.
So, except for probably turning into a ghost and haunting you.
I was going to say, he might be doing some spooky ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Somewhere far, far away, you guys don't see this, but there's a bunch of men sitting around a tower that's open at all sides with a bell in the middle, wearing these masks, these bronze masks, and all of them look up and from above them, a bunch of crows go flying out towards the direction that your ship is. A reminder that in this world, when people die, spirit wardens are notified and crows come and find their bodies so that they can be disposed of without turning into ghosts. Doesn't do anything to you immediately, but just know that murder equals more heat on scores.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to murder the guy, but you know.
But you didn't roll great. So
no, I didn't.
but you handled the situation.
Yeah, I handled him for sure.
All right, so you unlock the door. You peek inside. You don't see anyone, but it leads to the engine room. You got to go through the engine room. It appears as though to get to wherever is next.
I think we do that then, since we know where we need to go. I think we're just making our way there.
Go there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Door opens. I'm not going to have any rolls for that. It opens up. It's well oiled. It doesn't make any noise. And you're now inside an engine room. It's very loud in here.
I imagine
as it is an engine room, and there's lots of like moving pistons and shit, and it's quite warm. Looking around, there's like a walkway that get through all the engine parts. Occasionally these engine parts like move into the walkway. So you got to be kind of careful that you don't like get hit with them as you walk through. It's not very safe. I should remind you all that steamboats and steam engines are historically not the safest devices, as they do sometimes explode. But they also operate off of coal and water, which is pretty amazing. So, you win some, you lose some, give and take. And looking around in there, that's about all you see right now. That's what I'm going to give you. But you can't really see the whole room, and it's very loud, so you can't hear anything.
I assume maybe
I'm going to duck and walk across the catwalk, I guess, or the pathway.
Yeah. Okay. Arlo proceeds forward. What do you use to do that?
See, I figured you were going to say that. With my years of fighting, skirmishing, I know how to dodge stuff, right? I'd have an instinct on that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want to proceed through without getting injured by using it like the training dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay. This is risky for standard effect.
Risky. Okay, standard. 0 dice. I got a 5, 6, and a 4.
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah, you had a full success. So you duck and weave out of these things. You do it pretty quietly. That wasn't your desire, but you succeeded so well that you did it like quietly. I guess it's so loud no one's going to hear anything.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, you kind of like you show everyone like you do it like this, and then you weave your way through. When you get to the other side, you do notice that there is another guy down there manning this engine compartment. It looks like he's actually like doing work on it to keep it from like functional.
Is he paying attention to like the machines right now? He's not looking.
He's moving around. And you get the impression where you have found yourself to be, if you don't do something, he will eventually walk by you.
Is there something nearby?
You're kind of like you're in this walkway and it kind of opens up into this room with this other machinery. There's not a lot of places to hide. It's pretty cramped quarters. He hasn't seen you yet. But you know, he's there and you can decide what you want to do from there.
Could I prowl to try to get behind something?
You want to like hide or escape, or what's your goal? Like what do you mostly want to do?
Well,
like
I want to try to.
concept.
I want to wait until everyone else gets past, but I also want to
hide until he gets there.
Yeah, and keep an eye out on this guy, so in case something happens, I can address that and hopefully not snap his neck again.
So wait, are you going to attack this guy again?
No. I'm hiding.
So there's something called a setup action. When you perform a setup action, you have an indirect effect on an obstacle. If your action has the intended result, any member of the team who follows through on your maneuver gets a +1 effect or improved position. In other words, if you wish to, you can roll something, and if you succeed, then everybody else will get benefits on passing through. So are you trying to like help them get across, or are you just waiting? If you're waiting, I'm not going to make you roll anything. If you want to help them across, you can give them a setup.
No, I think they can all get across. I don't think that's
okay. You can just wait quietly there. I'm not going to make you roll anything.
I just want to I just want to be out of line of sight.
You are for now. You are safe from being seen. Yeah. Not forever, but for now you're good.
I just want to keep an eye out on the guy, though.
Of course. Yeah. You're not going to start, playing cards by yourself. It's playing solitaire while you're waiting.
Is this room small? Is the boiler room like small enough?
Well, you're in the engine room right now.
Oh, the engine room.
And it's like a long, narrow walkway. The room is big, but it's mostly full of moving machinery that if you were to climb into, you would get smashed into goo. So there's kind of like a little walkway to get through.
Okay, and this guy's in the walkway, so there's really no way around this person?
He's at the end of the walkway, like where it leads to the boiler room, probably the boiler room.
That's what I'm saying, is there's no way around.
Not really. You can't just like walk by him.
We have to go through him.
You have to go through. You have to do something to get by him.
You got to go through him then.
You got to do something to get by him. But for now, you guys got to walk through this walkway where there's all these machineries moving around. So what do you want to do?
That's why I'm just waiting first.
I'm going through it. I'm going to use prowl because I can run, swim, jump, tumble. I'm
prowl is movement. This thing. That would have been the best option all along. So you are doing risky, and prowl, I would say is I'll give you standard effect. Risky for standard.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to get through.
Got it.
Nice.
6, baby.
6, 2, and a 3.
You watch how Arlo did it, and you think to yourself, I can do that. And then you just you do exactly what he did, just as good. Like boom, you're right through, no problem at all. Who's next? You can also at any time you guys can decide what to do with that guard. At the moment, he's still just like tinkering with some stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably use prowl as well.
Okay,
that's risky standard.
Yeah. Oh,
nice.
Hey,
just a straight 6, baby.
That is 3 6s in a row. Yeah, you do exactly what Arlo and Zinc had done before. You're nowhere near as good as they are at this kind of stuff, but you're like, got the pattern down. It's like a video game. You're like, first he goes left, then he goes right, then he goes down, then you jump. Got it. And you go right on through. Last but not least, we have Lila.
I mean, I'm kind of torn because I don't feel like she would even want to go into that mess.
You don't have to.
And also, I have no points in prowl, so that's not really my thing. My thing is more of just
right. You don't have to use prowl. Finesse. You could say that you do another thing, like maybe you.
I convinced them to survey it
and determine the best time to go or something. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I have
somebody could also turn off the engine and then you can just walk through. That might be a little distracting to everyone on
Yeah.
board,
That's a
though.
little distracting. I'm going to use survey to like watch what all of them do to get through. Would that
Totally.
be doable? Okay.
Does anyone want to assist her? Take one stress and give her an extra die?
How many dice do you get right now? With
Right now, she just
one.
gets one.
one.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So Rufus, mark one stress.
I
Christy,
think we
go ahead
stressed
and-
Zinc out enough.
Yeah, you had a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, Zink is really
Um,
stressed. And I can't take any more.
So go ahead and roll your study and take an extra die. And it's going to be for risky for standard effect.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Wow.
Thank you, Brian.
A 1 and a 6.
Hell yeah.
God, four
The
sixes.
extra dice was a
crazy.
6. Oh my God.
So as you start coming through, you got the patterns down. You know exactly how to move. But last minute, when you get over there, you look up at everyone like, yeah, I did good. And right then, Rufus, you notice that her hair is going to get wrapped up in one of these machines and it's going to pull her into it or break her neck or hurt her or something. And you reach over and you grab her head and you pull her down, which I don't know if she appreciates, but you save her from serious injury. That's how you assist her.
Oh my goodness.
And then your eyes meet. And I don't
Our
know what that
eyes
means. Yeah.
He
and
doesn't
that's-
care. He's busy looking at something else.
He's like, my
Okay.
eyes already meet with her all the time. I'm fine with this, whatever.
He's over it. He's
Yeah.
not interested.
I'm not going to make
I'm
you guys
sullied.
take any negative consequences for that because you all rolled full successes.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, I got to give you this. That guard, you see him, as you're doing this and you're all over there and you're all ready, he drops some of the tools that he was working with and it moves underneath the engine like compartment and he like goes, fuck. At least you think he says that. You can't really hear him with all the noise. And he gets down on the ground and he puts his head all the way on the ground to like when you're looking underneath the refrigerator and he starts trying to fish it out from under there.
Then I would try to go get past him right then.
Okay. You going to try to walk by him or are you going to take him out?
I look towards everybody else and I kind of like shrug and point to the guy. Huh?
Maybe just don't kill him this time.
Yeah, I think we'll all be like
Easy,
easy, because
gentle.
we're gonna have because even if we get in, we're gonna have to probably see this guy on the way back out.
I will say this. You've already committed murder. You can't gain any more
Oh, heat.
from murder.
well, then
murder.
fuck him up.
Then
Kill his ass.
Way. Go for it.
Oh, I thought it was like
However-
each. Okay.
No. However, it does say here under payoff heat, the more destruction you cause, the more heat you gain. So it's always better to be quiet, but
Well, I
in
was
regards to straight up
trying-
killing,
I was trying.
you've
to be
already
quiet.
killed someone.
Yeah, I was
1 versus 2, I don't know. You could always make it look like an accident.
kick him
Yeah.
into the engine.
There we go.
Oh, can I go push him into the engine?
You can do whatever you want to, Jig.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about this game.
Wait. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Can I
Wait.
not say something? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Why?
Can I say
Nothing's
something?
happened yet. You can speak.
Oh,
Yeah.
do not do that because if what if it fucks the machinery up and then more people come
Yeah.
down here to check it out?
We don't want more people to come down here. But do make it look like an accident.
But
Maybe
yeah,
he fell off of the bridge or something.
Well, just don't shove him into the machinery.
Well, should I? Oh, I could just hit him really hard with something and put him near.
Well,
where
just
it
try not to
goes.
kill him first.
Oh yeah.
We'll deal with that.
You don't have to exactly explain how you don't kill him. You can just say, I take him out without trying to kill him and we can take it from
Yeah.
there.
Well, I try to choke him out again.
Okay. Got it. What action do you roll?
Oh well, skirmish.
That makes sense
do
to
I
me.
push myself?
Once again, I'm going to go ahead and say that it was going to be desperate, but now it's just standard because he's on the ground with his like ass up in the air.
So
Trying to get, so it's risky because you are putting yourself at physical harm potentially for standard effect,
okay.
but you can always push it harder if you want to. You could make it, desperate for great.
And if I roll a
but,
6, I just don't kill him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I can also just say you don't kill him with a 4 or a 5. I need to create negative consequences
No,
for
you're
you
good.
guys. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be the worst thing ever.
Oh fucking Jesus! Well,
Ooh.
how about 1, 1, and a 3? What'd that give me?
I don't think that's a critical failure because your highest is a 3. But it is a failure. So you go to choke this guy out. No, you don't kill him. You don't kill him. You go to choke this guy out, and you have a hard time getting at his neck because he's like down low at the ground.
That's fair.
Right? And you have to like pull him out to get a hold of his neck. And he, I guess, was prepared. He can't hear anything, but I guess he knew he was in a scary situation. Because as soon as you lay hands on this guy, he flips around like he's doing some judo bullshit. You know, like those guys in the Olympics when they lay, like as soon as the match starts, they just lay on their back and put their feet up in the air. And you're like, ah, shit, one of these. And proceeds to pull out his dagger, and he screams for help, but nobody can hear him inside this loud place. And he thrusts his dagger at you, and you sustain harm.
Oh no!
I'm going to go ahead and say that you take a level 1 harm called stabbed.
What if that didn't happen?
You can do that. You want to resist it?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and make a prowess resistance roll, which you are good at.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. Hope you are enjoying the new campaign so far. Just a little inside info, a little FYI. I'm working on a little bit of music to kind of add to some ambiance, kind of figuring out like what we kind of want the theme-ish to be. Obviously, it's going to be kind of like an industrial, darker vibe for this one. So I'm dialing in on some stuff just to give a little bit more ambiance to the recordings. So just know that will be coming in future episodes. We hope you are enjoying what it has been so far and how it's shaping up to be. There are a few things you could do to help us keep this podcast a-going and a-flowing. The first thing you could do is subscribe to our podcast, wherever you get our podcasts from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, go there, hit the subscribe button, download all the episodes, leave a 5-star review, and write a little synopsis about why you like our podcast so anyone who stumbles across ours might think that they would enjoy it too. Also, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. It's your best way to follow us of what's going on in the New Crits world. The best way you can help us there is repost that content onto your own stories and feeds. Tag the people in there that you think might like our content. It's the best way to help us grow. We only grow through word of mouth. So honestly, helping out in those ways help us out in the biggest ways. One of the ways we like to give back for helping out and for being so just flippin' fantastic is we have a Discord. That's right. It's a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. You can come in there and talk about the show, talk to the cast members, talk to other fans. But if you just want someplace to come and hang, that's really what it's there for too. It is a safe, inclusive space for everyone we have cultivated over the years, and we love what we have built there. So if you haven't joined us yet, what the heck are you waiting for? You might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you do all these things, but how do I get to all the places you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/Newcrits on the Block will get you to all the places that I mentioned, and some places I didn't have time to mention, linktr.ee/Newcrits on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening this week. We hope you are enjoying the new campaign so far. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon, so let's get you back into this week's episode. We hope you are enjoying it. We will see you next week. Until then, be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love y'all. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Excellent.
4. Okay.
You got a 4, so you only take 2 stress. I'm just go ahead and
Rolled
mark
a
that
4,
for you.
2,
1,
and
2.
4.
There you go.
It's not bad.
So he goes to stab you, and he misses. Like as he goes to hit you, you move out of the way. But at this point, he is now like crab walking backwards towards the other door, yelling for help. Again, it's very loud. If that door gets opened, I don't know, somebody might hear. But at the moment, this man is alive, aware that you are here, and has a weapon out and is trying to harm you and call for help. What do you do? And it's not just you. Everyone can chime in however they want to do it.
I look back towards everyone and then I pull out a baton. That's one of my weapons that I had on so that I wouldn't have to like cut somebody or wouldn't be as noticeable. And I'm going to hit him over the head really, really hard.
Okay.
If that doesn't work.
What do you roll?
So I'm going to try skirmish again because he is.
This is desperate.
Yeah. I would
And
assume so.
I'm going to say standard effect. I was thinking limited, but you have a weapon. He has a weapon. So desperate for standard effect.
I'm going to. Oh, God. How much stress do I have?
You just took 2 to resist that. So you're at 4 now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to push myself for that.
You're not going to
Yeah,
always
you
run out.
should be
You will
fine.
not completely.
Oh,
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
I rolled a
One,
1, 5, and a 6.
and a 6.
Oh, thank God.
You swing this baton and clip him in the side of the temple, and he goes out.
Now,
he
would
hits
I
the ground.
would I be able to like still? I'm not necessarily trying to murder him.
You didn't.
Okay.
You rolled a 6.
Yeah,
You succeeded.
I want to.
Your goal was to not kill him. Your goal was to knock him out. You
Okay.
rolled a 6. You succeeded.
Cool.
You hit him in the side of the
Experience?
temple, and you knock him the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Like he is lights out. And
I'm really trying to do this quiet, guys. I swear.
I
Nobody
don't
heard
believe you.
nobody heard. The only thing that's been heard so far is that big loud noise earlier, which, may or may not come into effect.
I'm gonna level up in one
Um,
freaking episode or one heist.
Doing great.
I think you guys are doing good, honestly. I was terrified of how this was going to go. So
Is
far, it's
there-
been really enjoyable.
Is there a chair nearby?
There is a chair in there that he sometimes sits at and works at. Yeah.
Can I lift him up and like position him on the chair and then like grab a
100%
Yeah.
totally you can do that.
I'm gonna
I'm not going
grab
to
a
make you
hat
roll anything.
nearby and just
Yeah, I'm not
put it
going to
on
make you
his
roll
face?
anything. Unfortunately, this is Skyrim physics, and you just can't get his hips to bend in the right place.
So he keeps sliding off.
No,
Yeah, and he just
that's nice.
his arms are out and just keeps sliding off, and you
I'm not trying to
eventually
position him
manage
perfectly.
to-
I'm just getting him on a chair and a hat on his face.
Yep, you do eventually manage to get him to. You should take him upstairs to that friend of yours up there. I'm sure you could do something with him.
I don't want him to wake up next to his dead friend. I don't want to give him trauma.
Oh no, I was talking about the guys who were getting hand jobs from the friend.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Or
like-
whatever he's doing.
Yeah, you don't have to spell it out.
I don't know.
You
He could be
don't
doing
know.
other stuff. Who knows? Through one of the speaking valves, you hear. Great. This guy's out like a light. You didn't sustain injury. It took a lot of stress, but that's why you have stress. The boiler room is in front of you.
I look over at Zinc. Do you mind leading this charge?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So far,
Jeez.
I didn't kill
you all
him.
kind of have the same amount of stress
Can I get credit
for the most
that?
part. You've managed to spread it out pretty good.
You almost got stabbed. You're not going to get credit for that.
I mean, he points at his face. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but you almost got stabbed. You're not gonna get credit for almost getting stabbed. And I'm gonna huff on past him. down
All
the
of that
catalog.
was said, but nobody heard anything. So there was just a lot of like mouthing and like pointing from how loud it is in here.
Oh yeah, we know how to talk. We're like thieves can't.
Very much so. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah, there you
expert
go.
criminals. Okay, door's right there. You can open it. The guy, it wasn't locked. If it was, he had keys, whatever. When you open this door, you now acknowledge that the aspect of opening it allows all of the noise from the engine room to spill into the next room, which is not quiet either. But if somebody was in there, they would be aware that door opened. However, people move around on ships. So, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. What do you do?
We're looking for a safe.
Okay.
Well, that's what it said it was in.
Yeah, it is what it said it was in. You are not
Yeah, so
Looking
you
for a
just, like,
safe.
no.
Do you just like walk right into the boiler room, or do you do anything else?
We're come on.
We're sneaking.
doing it sneakily, but I'm saying that's our objective is looking for a safe.
Okay. What action do you use to look around the room?
Prowl?
You're going to prowl around the room and look? Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that. I will say that is a potentially risky maneuver. What if there's someone in there? But
someone else wants to do something.
However, it'll have
maybe
standard effect.
Our hunter guy can look around. Don't you have
Do a
a
little
better
survey.
one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, do a survey.
I say with survey
bonus?
would be controlled for standard effect. A little safer than just walking out there.
Standard, go.
Wow, your rolls suck. Brian.
Okay, never mind.
Wait,
That
no,
doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 2, but it's a
rolling
controlled
anymore.
thing. So, nothing really happens. You just don't, you can't really see too well in there. It's
It's all that red light from the boilers.
you're not used to areas this bright.
There's steam on the
usually things are
windows.
very dark in this world, and you're like, God, that's really bright. And you have a hard time seeing into the room.
Someone else try. He's useless right now.
I look over to
Dog.
Zinc.
Me? What? You want me to survey? You want me to take a look
Well, no,
around?
just
That's
open
not what I do.
Just go through the
Sneak
door. and
around.
look.
All right. I'm gonna sneak around.
Okay. Risky for standard effect.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm.
4,
5,
5, and a
6.
6.
Very good. So yeah, you prowl around the room, and it's a good thing that you were careful because there is a guy in there. He's shoveling coal into the boiler, but he doesn't see you. So you let everyone know. You do the whole like eye thing, like you use your eyes and then you point and you make like the symbol for 1, and then you make the symbol for like guard, and you see he has a shovel and you make like a shoveling motion, and then you see and you think, oh, he's kind of cute, and you kind of make a symbol like he has like nice hair. Yeah. So now everyone knows that there's a guy there. Doesn't see you. Now what?
Did I find the safe in my prowling around since what I
You
had
got a 6. Yeah, there is a safe, and it's there. You could probably sneak up and try to open it without the guy seeing, but at some point he might turn around and look.
So I'm going to go onto a different side of the room, away from the safe.
Okay.
And I am going to use my Tinker spell where I can interact with the ubiquitous clockwork and ectoplasm devices around the city to your advantage. Obviously, we're on a boat, but what I'm seeing this is I want to basically tinker with one of the pieces of machinery down here to make it malfunction so that it catches this guy's attention. He has to what the hell, go over and repair it.
Okay, so you're using the action tinker to mess with something.
Correct. I'm going to attempt to.
Okay. Let's see. Is there any items or anything that you think would make this like more successful, or do you wanna
Tinkering
just, like-
tools.
Very good. So we'll go ahead and click that.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and say that you now have you're pretty quiet in there. I'm going to say that this is a controlled action for great effect.
So
You're
what does the
using your
tinkering
items.
tools do? Just give it a better effect?
I gave you a better effect. Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been standard.
So this is a controlled?
Yeah,
Risky?
because nobody knows
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah, controlled for great effect. All right. 0 bonus dice.
Nice.
All right.
Ooh, a 6 again.
6 and a
Goodness.
Matt, what do
3.
you think happens?
I think I take off the panel of one of the pieces of machinery down here, and I whip out my little tinkering tools, and I just kind of find like a little sprocket where I'm like, ooh, I know that this is gonna like screw this whole thing up, and without this sprocket, this guy's never going to be able to fix the malfunction of like the steam that's gonna be coming out of here. So I'm just gonna take that off really quick and put the plate back on, and then duck back into the shadows and keep hold of the sprocket. Because I do not want this guy to fix this thing, and it's not a big enough malfunction to where like it's going to cause issues to the boat or the engine or the boiler itself. It's just
Yeah.
like some
This is
steam
like the
coming out.
equivalent
This
in
guy's-
like your shower
Yeah.
breaks, and then you're like, well, the water's pouring into the shower, so it's not the end of the world, but this is a
Right.
problem.
but I do need to fix it. But like,
Yeah,
it's
I need
whatever.
to fix it immediately.
Yeah, and I don't need to call for backup or anything like that. It's like, damn it, I just got to fix this damn thing.
Yeah, you do this, and this thing starts pouring steam out of the side of this pipe. The guy looks over at a gauge, which the power level starts going down on as he's losing literal steam. That's where that saying comes from. And proceeds to walk over to it and is scratching his head, and he pulls off the plate and he kind of burns himself a little bit, and he's like, son of a bitch. And he goes in there and he starts trying to mess with it, but he can't get close to it. And it's too hot, and he's looking for his gloves, and he's just he's very flustered. And you hear somebody in the pipe down from up top go, what the hell's going on down there? Nothing, sir. Is this damn old boat. Give me a minute. Just get that thing fixed. We're not. Come on. And you guys succeed at distracting his attention, and he is now over in the corner messing with this thing. The safe's there.
I'm gonna go over to the safe.
All right. You walk up to this safe. This is an SLH 5000. This is a tier 4 safe. Under no circumstances would a person of your level ever be able to break into it. Except this is why you specifically were chosen for this job, because of your special ability. Matt, what do you got?
I find lockpicks.
Special ability. First thing on the thing. Red. Clicked.
What?
You were not-
Infiltrator.
There you go.
Yes, I am not affected by quality or tier when I try to bypass security measures.
This is why back in the beginning he said you're going to need an expert lurk. Because I'm sure this thing is going to be under a huge lock and key. Yeah, there's this safe near the boiler, keeping it nice and warm. An SLH 5000 under no circumstances would normally be able to be picked. However, you can pick it. So this is controlled for standard effect.
Okay. What am I rolling here?
Whatever you want to.
Okay. I'm still rolling prowl because this is still something. Yeah.
Prowly.
Hell, probably. No?
If you roll prow, I'm going to give you a lesser effect. Sorry. When I said whatever you want to, I you can always roll whatever you want to. I'm not supposed to tell you the position or effect until you tell me the action.
Understood. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense then. Then I would.
Specifically, I'll just tell you right now, specifically Tinker says pick a lock.
I was going to say it would be Tinker then.
That would be controlled for standard effect.
Okay.
And you can always trade position for effect. You can make it risky for great. If you use...
No, I just want to open this damn thing.
Okay. And you want to use your fine lock picks?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to say it's
standard?
controlled for... now I'm going to say it's controlled for great because you're using fine lock picks.
I am indeed. All right, here we go, Matt. Let's keep these good rolls rolling.
Oh my God, another
another 6, baby.
Have you never not rolled a 6?
Yes, I have rolled a not 6. What? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
not say.
Yeah, an SLH 5000. You haven't seen one of these in a long time, but you do remember exactly how to open it.
No match
and
for
you
the
get your
stink.
lock picks in there. You put your ear against it, a couple dial terms, a couple clicks. Once again, if this is Skyrim, you just got it dialed in perfectly where you're just like, it's right here. I already know. Click, click, click. And the safe opens. And inside, you see a number of spirit vessels. They're like these glass vials, but they're completely sealed. There's nothing to open them. They're completely sealed all the way around. Like they were manufactured that way. Like they were manufactured around the vessel somehow. And they have intricate patterns all over them. And each one is labeled with different names. And there's quite a few of them in there. And you need to find the one you need. But you do know the guy's name. It's Bazos.
Not Bezos?
Whatever. Here's the problem.
Changes it each time.
Here's the problem. None of them say Bazos.
Okay.
But you were told it would be in here. And so you're
Okay,
certain that one of these must be it.
So I'm grabbing them all, I guess?
How
There's too many to grab all at once. I will say that. You could probably grab a few, but there's probably
between
like
all of us?
15 of these in here, and you could probably each grab 2 at most because they're decent size. But somehow
I
you're
be
going to
able
have to figure
to
out
have-
which one.
Any inkling on which one? Because I have a personal, very intimate knowledge of this man.
You sure do. And what's that ability called, Christy?
Trust in me, I guess.
You get +1 die
Yeah.
with a target from whom you have an intimate relationship. So do you walk up there and check? I'm not going to make you roll to walk up there. The guy's very busy in the corner. He's still just being like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Let me take a look. I know which one will be his.
All right.
Okay. What action do you use to figure that out? You are trying to figure out something involving spirits.
Then I guess I would use attune.
I think you would too. And you can roll an additional die. Do you want to push yourself? Does somebody want to assist? Do you want a devil's bargain for more dice? This is important. You need to get the right one.
Yeah. What's the devil's bargain? I don't want to take more stress. So
Devil's bargain is I give you a consequence.
Okay.
I would. How much is a lot of stress on a mission, Ben? I guess that's a good question.
Depends how much you roll at the end of the mission. If you roll 6, then you recover 6 stress. Here's what I will say. If you have less than 6 stress and you try to reduce your stress, you might overindulge, which means that if you roll more than you're supposed to, let's say, for example, right now, Lila has 4 stress and she rolls a 5, she would overindulge when reducing stress, and then there'd be a negative consequence for that.
I feel like 4 to 6 is a good number.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say.
If you have 6, you're guaranteed to not overindulge. You also might just roll a 1.
Yeah.
You
Well,
might
then
fuck yourself,
I.
but
I mean, is the devil's bargain something that's going to happen to me now based on what I roll, or is that something for you to resolve later?
No, I would decide it now.
How much stress do you have, Christy?
4.
I have 4.
How much stress do you have, Brian?
I have 3. I can take another one.
Jake?
I
I
got
gotta make
4.
myself useful somehow.
No, we all have a lot. Okay, I would assist. We're all going to be at
What are you at?
4 if we help. I'm at 3 as well. So I might as well.
I'll take another one.
Don't you
Okay.
have? Do you have 3 or 4?
I have 3.
He has 3.
Oh, you have 3.
So
okay.
only one person can assist.
Yeah.
However, let me see here. One person can assist and one person can either push themselves or take a devil's bargain. So you can get a total of 2 more die in this if you want to.
How many are you rolling right now, Christy?
I only have 1 for attune.
So you can get it up to
Ooh.
3.
So I could take a devil's bargain and you assist.
I'm
up to
going
you.
to tell
That's
you
up
that
to
that's
you two.
probably a good idea.
Yeah, you guys
I
should
think
do
we
that.
need to. We
I'm
need
trying to
get
help
this
you out with the
solved.
rules here. Yeah, that's a
we
smart
need to-
move.
Yeah.
How much would it suck if you grabbed the wrong vial to take back
Yeah.
after all
Whatever,
this?
your game.
Well,
Dead people, wrong vial.
can I make one thing? Say one
You
thing.
could also just smash them all
Yeah, I
and
was
then
gonna say, after once we take that one, should we smash all of them kind of as a insurance policy? That like they're all broken, but like potentially we have a good one.
yeah, I mean, wherever these guys are transporting these things to, it sounds like this guy, I don't know, he might like that if you did it.
All right.
He might not.
Let's
I don't
just find the right one first.
True.
Okay, go ahead and
Okay.
roll. Here's your devil's bargain. I'm going to go ahead and say that you will spend time figuring this out, but I'm going to mark 2 more clicks on the clock
How much clicks
to
do we
arrive
have
at destination. You'll be at 6 out of 8, but but you might have the thing.
left? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm rolling. Position is
Okay, so your position is risky because
Risky.
you are taking a lot of time to do this to get it right. Somebody is in the room with you. They might see you if you don't hurry the hell up, but
Mhm.
you can have 2 extra die, and this is for standard effect. You will find the thing you need.
Okay. So I get 3 dice total.
Yeah.
I
So
got a
5, a 1, and a 4.
5 on a 4.
So success with a
Kelly.
consequence. Well, you already have the consequence of additional time spent at the clock.
Yeah.
But you did find the right one. So I'm going to tell you is that you do find the right one. You close your eyes and you open your mind up to the ghost field. You attune to the supernatural energies that are pouring out of the safe. And it is a bit overwhelming and it takes some time, but you do finally pinpoint the one that belongs to him. Only it doesn't have the name Bazos written on it. It just has a question mark on it. And a lot of them did, to be honest. They all didn't have names. Like a lot of them were like, who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Right? It wasn't like there was just one. And you were like, well, obviously that's it. And you feel very confident that you have found the correct one and you grab it safely. The problem is that in the time you spent doing this, the guy dealing with the steam thing finally just said to himself, like, I can't fix this. I have to get help. And he turns around and he sees you all standing there at the housed spirit vessels. And he shouts for help. There are tubes and stuff nearby. So somebody probably heard that. You have what you needed. Final mission. Get out. What do you do?
So can I flashbacks? Do I have the ability to do that?
Everybody has the ability to flashback if you want to.
Okay.
So flashback is just where you take stress. I tell you how much based upon what you're trying to do. What is the thing you want to have happen?
So the thing I want to have happen is when we were going over our plans, we saw a spot on the map right before they get to the pier or the train station. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Pier to the train station.
Yeah, that on the same side of the boat that has the, was it like you said there was like a loading platform or something like that, right? On the top floor?
There's a crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few like private docks right there that you could easily get off onto.
Okay. So you feel like through your flashback, you're being granted with an escape route, just like to hop onto a dock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you timed it just right and you're right there. That's 1 stress. Not a huge amount of stress.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you roll a lot for that. Okay, so you know that coming up is a dock that you can jump out of, but you have to get out. And you are on the bottom level inside a boiler room with a guard who is now reaching for his weapon. What do you do?
Oh, shit. Am I going to have to?
Are we fairly certain that somebody heard? I mean, like how can we ascertain that?
What the fuck is going on down there?
Ben said people probably heard.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I will say this. Well, no, there's witnesses. Never mind. I was going to say nobody has seen your faces. Never mind. Some people have very intimately seen one of your faces.
Just one.
I look over to the rest of the guys. Start heading up. I'll handle him as I pull the baton out and start to walk.
Okay, but will you though?
I say what? No, and then I'm going to pull out my pistol.
Wait, no, I pull out 2 pistols.
No, I have 2 pistols.
pull out 3
Everyone
pistols.
pulls out their guns. And what happens?
I'm just kidding. I don't actually pull my pistol out.
No.
Oh.
Shoot in the
Wait,
boiler
we need to
room.
run.
No, I as soon as he said make your way upstairs, Zinc was already halfway up the stairs.
Yeah. Zinc is halfway up the stairs. Zinc, as you start running up the stairs, you see from the kitchen, the doors open and 2 men come running out with their pants around their ankles, semi-erect, blindfolded, yelling for help as another one looks like he has indulged in trance powder and falls onto the floor, passed out.
So wait, did Jake tell us about this like excursion point here?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
excuse me,
everyone knows.
extraction
Everyone
point?
knows. In
Yeah.
this game, this
Yeah.
kind of stuff, everyone knows.
Okay, and that was like right where we're at, Jake. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It is time to get off this fucking boat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being
Oh,
said,
you know what? Yeah,
there's a guy
I
downstairs.
probably would have ran. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know why I would stay and fight this guy. I would stay back until I would let everyone else start going up first, and stay back.
Well, let's do this. You're all trying to escape up to the top floor.
Yeah,
Give me whatever action you need to give me in order to do that and get away from this guy without getting harmed.
I'm gonna say
And get up there
skirmish.
without getting caught.
Prowl for me.
I'm going to hunt Zinc. and track him through the ship and follow him out.
That
It's a pretty easy thing. It's just up the stairs, but sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
You're relying on your best skills to jet the fuck off of a boat.
What are we rolling position
Yeah.
in?
This is a desperate position because if this man catches you, he's going to stab you in the back. And there are also people who have been notified of your trespassing who are probably coming at you from other positions.
Okay, and effect?
Standard. If you manage to do this, you will get to the top of the deck.
Okay. Come on.
And then you can all
Good
roll
rolls
desperate,
here.
which means you can all take.
I got a 6 again.
Motherfucker, dude.
Oh, thank God.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, you got a 5, Brian. That was good.
Yeah, Brian.
I didn't get to describe mine.
That's a success with a consequence, though.
Well, what are you doing then?
I'm
That's all right.
going to be using sway to be like, help, they're keeping me hostage. Oh, I don't want to be down here. Oh. I'm going to act like you guys are harming me in some way. Like Arlo's like gotta I take Arlo's hand, I take Arlo's arm and like put it around my neck, like, oh, help.
All right.
Slowing
He's
us
got
down.
me.
But I love the first question is, who are you?
Not going to answer that. Okay, and then here's my desperate standard. You said no bonus dice, right?
Unless you want to do something to get
Like
them, but
push
no,
yourself.
it's you're just using your. Okay, so
Okay.
everyone gets either a 6 or a 5.
Nice.
So for Arlo and Zinc, you are you get out to the top before anyone gets there, and you run over and you were looking at the docks. You feel like you could probably jump down and get to the docks relatively safely. However, as Lila and Rufus get to the top, another guard steps into the doorway and brandishes their weapons. This is somebody who is there. So you've managed to make it to the top. The guy down below didn't catch you, but there's now a guard for you two to contend with.
Would the guard happen to be Errol?
No, Errol is. I think Errol took the trance powder after doing whatever he did, and is now just in this state of the greatest bliss he's ever experienced. The other two guards are still tied up and blindfolded, hopping away. They're harmless. There's this guard in the way. You could totally just like run by him and jump. You could try to push him off the boat. You could take him out. You could shoot him 12 times in the head. It's up to you. But you are all now at the top. There's a guard there, potentially at risking Brian and Christie's characters, but you're all ready to jump off or swim or fly or whatever the fuck.
I'm going to put my hand on Rufus' shoulder and be like, Rufus, take care of him. And then I jump off the boat.
Okay. Great. So if Rufus succeeds, I'll say that you get away, assuming that he does something to take care of that. He might not.
We're all pieces of shit, right? Zinc jumps off the boat. He doesn't give a shit about these people.
Yeah.
I'm saving myself.
Who has the vial?
None of you are the best of friends.
He doesn't care about any of these people. Zinc's out.
With my 6, would I be able to use that 6 instead of successfully jumping off the boat to like?
This is a new roll you have to
roll.
make.
Okay.
I just said that you made it to the top of the boat and you're ready to
How
escape.
much stress do I have? 1, 2.
If you had rolled a 1, that guy down there would have stabbed you in the back.
How many times can we indulge?
At the end, you have 2 downtime activities.
Okay. I'm gonna. No, Rufus got this. I'm gonna jump off.
Okay, 3 people jumping off. Rufus, what do you do?
I think I would just jump off as well.
Okay,
Sparrow
I'm going to
through
go
him.
ahead and say that because nobody is trying to take care of this guard up top, he is going to attempt to harm either Rufus or Lila as they try to run by, because they got 5s on the previous one. They made it to the top, but they had to deal with this guy. If nobody deals with them, somebody's going to maybe get hurt.
But I told you to deal with him.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, you're all jumping. Great. You all jump.
Great.
Give me whatever action you wish to use to jump off the boat and land safely at the pier.
I guess finesse for me.
Now I said
Um,
prowl last time.
You can do it again.
Okay, because it says climb, swim, run, jump, and tumble. I'm doing literally all of those things in this one action.
You are. I think that last one was a desperate action, by the way. So whatever you guys rolled.
Oh, it was.
Take a tick in your ability.
Ooh,
I'm
sweet.
gonna say this is a desperate action as well, because if you fail, you will be harmed either by this guard or by jumping off a boat onto a bridge.
I'm gonna also use prowl.
Okay, this is a risky.
So make sure to click your desperate actions in the previous one, and then take another desperate action now.
is it
Whatever
risky
you
or
can.
desperate?
It is desperate for standard effect. You will escape if you succeed, and if you fail,
Another
you
6,
I'm using
baby.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
And
Yeah.
Zink lands. Somehow this entire time he's kept his top hat on.
Oh, has never even shifted on his little
I got
head.
a 3.
Okay, that's
Oh,
okay.
I'm getting stabbed.
Oof.
Okay.
4 for me.
Arlo, when you land, you twist your ankle.
So how do I
So
mark
Arlo will take the stress twisted ankle.
that? I take a stress or harm?
Sorry, an injury. So you have twisted ankle as an injury. As for Lila and Rufus, I'm going to go ahead and say that Lila left first. So her consequence of rolling a 4, jumping off, I'm just going to go ahead and say that, no, I'm sorry. I've decided what happens. Lila also takes a harm as this guy tries to stab at her, just scratches her. So Lila takes the wound, shallow cut. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Rufus, when he jumps off, he doesn't take an injury, but what happens is those drugs you guys found worth 1 coin falls out of your pocket into the water as you're leaping from the boat.
No.
So you aren't going to get that, but you still have that box that you found.
Wait,
So
didn't I have that?
I thought we all had the drug.
Nobody
I
really
had
said
that.
who was holding the.
I did. I
drugs.
found
Well,
the
now
stuff.
I did, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never really quantified, and now it's gone. That
I
is
have
the
them on
consequence.
I have them written down on my items: drugs and black box thing.
Well, the black box thing somebody had. I didn't quantify who had it. It got lost.
Not the
All right.
box.
I
I
have
mean-
to give you a consequence in that.
the drugs are gone.
All right.
Box is
I
there.
mean, I said I had it, but okay.
I don't. Yeah. Well, he bumps into you and it falls out of your pocket.
Not me. I rolled a 6.
So no drugs, but you did manage to succeed. You got the thing, and you guys escape into Duskfall as you run away from the steamboat, which is you have stolen exactly what you meant to steal. You even got that little box. Who knows what's in that thing? There is quite a story for these guards to tell, at least the ones who are still alive.
Only one.
And you have managed to complete your score.
Yay!
Congratulations, scoundrels.
Yay!